Oh, that's right.
This is the place.
Right. I forgot about you, Ted.
Yeah, you got Ted here.
Ted's the other new.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. A couple of neophytes in here.
Happy to.
Okay, nice to meet you.
How are you?
I am doing all right. Doing all right.
You're Clayton.
Yes.
We met.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you're the representative?
Nope, he is.
Oh, you are?
But I'm on CIP and I don't miss these meetings
Okay.
because they're too.
Hi, Tim. How are you? Nice to see you. Oh, boy, are you guys in trouble? Good luck.
How come you're not up helping Jim build his cabin?
Yeah, hey, I got to all the permits rushed, never mind. Oh, God. Okay, so, hi, Amy. I'm good, thanks. Nice to see you. How you doing?
Great. Hey, Tim. Hi, Rob.
Hello. Oh, I gotta.
Hey, Clay. How are you doing? Just Becky.
Amy, you know Bill?
Hi, Bill.
Bill.
Amy, nice to meet you.
Me too.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, do we have a gang all here? Yeah. Gang's all here. I think that might be a first in a long time, other than Mike.
Yeah,
but like,
And Mike.
I'm sorry I didn't get back.
but Mike is here.
Oh,
Yeah, he's gonna be listening in. I don't,
I think there's a rule about,
is it bi-directional?
yeah, because we can't verify that they are who they say they are, they're not supposed to actually participate.
In the meetings officially.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it is 5:45. We are spot on time, like that too. Well, welcome everybody, and they're new members, but you are not that new. I mean, in the sense that you've been in this job before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're familiar. You have
He's
or have
been in
not?
every job.
Yeah.
You have not?
Button for
I've
punishment.
been on the board of trustees for the town trust fund for several years, so I see some of the budget, but from a very narrow perspective.
Okay, and then Clay?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, well, you guys are very welcome to join the committee. We're happy to have you. And, in this exciting thing. Ultimately, our job is to maintain budget, basically the budget development over the year. It pretty much falls on me because they sent our bookkeeper sends us the files. I update a spreadsheet and pass that around to everybody so we can keep an eye on sort of how we're doing on the budget. And then the big work starts in September. So in September, we'll start meeting pretty much twice a month through January. And we will basically be reviewing all of the different board and committee budget requests, building the budget for the select board, and then giving it to the select board with our endorsement for them to bring into the official budget of the town. All right, so we wrap everything up in January. The board reads the budget officially in early February. That gets submitted to the state, and then we're all official. And then it gets voted on officially at the town meeting, and then we kind of start the process all over again. So that's a quick overview of the budget committee. Did I miss anything?
The only other thing would be we meet with the
CIP.
well, the CIP quite a bit, but yeah, the guy that Tim,
Oh, yeah, we'll do the review of the audit.
the audits.
For the town audit.
Yeah.
The first meeting in September.
And just one more thing.
Mhm.
So we work right up until the budget hearing. So the budget is set at the budget hearing and cannot change until it hits the floor at town meeting.
Correct.
So that's where that comes in. So even though we find changes in between, we cannot change anything from that budget hearing on until town meeting on the floor at town meeting.
And then it has to be presented as an amendment to the budget, et cetera. So there are definitely some restraints to what we can do. And certainly as a budget committee, we are advisory. So it technically The select board still owns the budget, setting the budget, approving the budget, spending the budget. The only thing we're doing is basically helping create that budget. Right, so that, I mean, it's been pretty much deferred to us completely, but like, it's not like we can say what they can and can't spend, that's the select board. So, with that, technically, we're supposed to have a chair. I think we're supposed to have a vice chair, we didn't do that officially last year. And we should have a secretary. The fact that we're gonna use the Zoom, I don't know how much we absolutely have to have a secretary, because it's officially being recorded. I don't know if there's a requirement.
You still have to post the
Minutes.
minutes.
We need
and we have to have
minutes,
draft
so
minutes
somebody
and
to
a-
keep
and a
minutes.
draft and then at your next meeting, you'll finalize.
Yes,
these
approve the
minutes
draft,
for
yeah,
this.
that's fair. Okay, so yes, so we do need still a secretary. So those are the three positions we need to elect. So we need to vote for a chair, a vice chair, and a secretary.
I nominate Rob to be chair.
Second, third, fourth.
Oh,
This is where I come in.
all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
You're not.
Thank you, Mike. I'm trying to save my skin. All right, vice chair.
I nominate Tim Fesk.
I second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Good, excellent. All right.
I nominate Amy to be secretary.
I'll second that one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a suggestion, if we could. I don't know if we can, but maybe we can get Kara, because she's actually paid to do minutes.
Okay,
I don't know if she can or has time enough to do another meeting, but
okay,
Even if she could
Yeah,
help,
anyway.
it would be good.
okay.
yeah.
And would this be in addition to her other duties, or is this with?
No,
be
it'd be in addition to her other.
So we would have to pay her.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound like a very good budget move.
Well, for 2 hours for 6 meetings, I mean, 12, 24 hours. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not even on that committee, this committee, so.
Yeah,
I'm on
Um,
the CIP.
yeah, so maybe if you don't mind, certainly for this meeting, and then we can I'll check with Kara to see if she's even available.
Okay.
Well, would you do it permanently?
Yeah, I'll do it. It's nice with the Zoom because I can go back and listen to the recording and
Yeah,
take notes from there.
I
But
make
the
a
Zooms,
motion.
the Zooms aren't permanent though. Like the Zoom meetings, the Zoom recordings go away
yeah, over
after a
time,
period of time,
okay.
yeah.
Which is why you have to have the recorded
Right,
minutes. probably.
right.
How long do they?
Is it 90 days, I think?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'll make a motion, Amy become secretary, and if she finds it too difficult, that she investigate getting someone else.
all right. Second that motion. All in favor? All opposed? Hey, all right, cruising through this meeting. This is the kind of meeting I like. All right, so I did put together the rough proposed meeting schedule. Basically just using the template we've had for the last years. So we usually have been meeting the second and fourth Wednesdays of the month. The variances being November and December, because we just meet the second Wednesdays because of the holidays. Now, we have, the whole time I've been doing this, it's been Wednesday evenings at 7. I saw a note from Amy saying Tuesdays are always better. So I just proposed the question. Would we be interested in potentially moving the meetings to a Tuesday evening instead of Wednesday? Does anybody care?
Select board meetings are the
Tuesdays.
second and fourth.
Tuesdays, so we would not be able to do the same
You know,
meeting.
the only way
It would have to be
Tuesday,
really early.
If we
because
did like
it's
5
6:30 to whenever.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
we
yeah.
did like 5 or 5:30 or something.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get out of work anyway. so-
the planning board has the other 14 Tuesdays,
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
so that wipes out the whole month.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha.
Tuesday, So you'd either have to do it before
Yep,
and end for 5:30, 6 o'clock,
yep.
or go beyond.
Well, so we've tried to keep our meetings to an hour, and no more. depending on the committee that's presenting, it might go a little longer. But if we can keep it to an hour, you know, we could be done and wrapped up at 6 if we start at 5, if that's a possibility for everybody. I don't know, is there any,
That
So
would work
I
for
could make that
me.
work, yeah.
From my point of view, from 5 to 6 works, and that gives you a little bit of slack,
yeah,
because, you know, I'm not gonna go home for 15 minutes and come back.
right,
That work for you, Amy?
Yeah, that's.
that works.
yeah.
How about for you?
Any of those times are fine for me.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I had nothing but time.
I mostly work from home, so 5 is easy, so, Mike, unless you voice some sort of crazy,
No, 5 o'clock's okay for me. I just want to get out of this house and get well.
yeah, I hear that, and we want you to do the same, so. All right, so let me rework the actual dates. We'll stick with the 2nd and 4th of the month, but we'll do it to Tuesdays from 5 to 6. All right?
Sounds
If
good.
nobody has any concern with that.
That start in September?
That'll start September, so I have the
Okay.
9th, so that would actually be the 8th. Starting September
Gotcha.
8th will be the first meeting. And then what we'll do is Amy and I will coordinate with Carol to make sure that all the meeting rooms are booked and that we book the Zoom in advance for each one, because she doesn't do the Zooms.
So could Tim come, the auditor, come at
that
just about
early.
any time or
Yeah, when I reached out to him last time, he just said, you tell me.
pretty flexible?
So,
Yeah, so that'd be
He'll
good.
probably like an earlier meeting
He
too.
might like an
Yeah,
earlier meeting,
yeah.
and then get out and get
We're all
done.
getting old. We need to get home and get to bed. This going out for meetings at 7 o'clock is killer. Okay, well, yeah.
All right, so,
Nights I don't even eat till 10 o'clock.
yeah, right. Okay, so, what we have done also historically is we have divided the assignments of the committees to all of our committee members. So everybody has the responsibility of reaching out to a handful of groups to make sure they're ready, just ask if they have any questions about what they need to present. Some of those are much easier than others. Some really require almost no effort at all because that's basically like $500 or $250. Not like a big interrogation, right? So the way we've done it is the first meeting is with the auditor and the select board. So the auditor is going to present his findings. So Tim will go through the audit report. Yeah, it's very high level. We all have a copy of that report. Came in the email. So Ted, if you didn't get it, let us know.
I'll get it from Carol.
Okay, and then I'll bring something I'll bring up in a minute, but then the next week we would meet with government buildings and Village Green, which is usually just find, what are the budgets for those? We'll meet the third time meeting will be municipal government and finance. So that's going to be your tax collector, town clerks, and all that stuff. They'll present their requests. Then we'll meet highway, cemetery, and Concom. Then fire, animal control, planning, and rec. That one can take a little longer, depending on what fire needs. Planning board usually doesn't show up. They just send us their budget. Next one is select board, library, and any other member reports. So generally, we're trying to be mostly done by then. So if a group is small, they don't necessarily present. Just you would represent them and say this is what they're asking. And generally, that is at the latest in the December meeting. If you get it in advance, that's great too. We can report that anytime. All right. So then January is basically consolidation. We're making sure everything's covered, everything is good. Then at the end of January, it's all wrapped. We want to make sure it's clear. And then, as I mentioned, that's the second Thursday, we'll do the actual town reading. All right. So last year, Gail Cromwell owned municipal admin and finance, the recycling center, the Village Green, welfare, and Concom. She is not here, so we need to find somebody for those things. Tim covered highway, cemetery, and fire. I would assume, Tim, you'll probably continue with that.
Yeah, I'm good with those three.
Amy, you had planning board, library, and CAC. Bill Lizelle, that will be you now, has select board, police, government buildings and town hall.
Yeah, and I tried to match this to the numbers on the budget. And I got the first three. Select board's 4130, police is 4210, government buildings 4194, and then it's like, I don't know.
Town hall's kind of under, I think, government
That's right.
buildings, if I remember right, isn't it? But we can help you with all of that, so
Okay,
that's.
I'll need it.
Yeah. that-
Do we still have a town hall committee or did they?
I'm it.
Yeah.
We appointed Dan
No, we
Kelly
have-
as well.
Danny and what's it, Mackenzie and Dave Repack.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
So there's four of us.
So there,
Okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah, so sorry, that's the town hall committee, not
Right.
the building itself.
But they have a separate line item for here, and then we have one for town buildings as well.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
So-
okay. All right, then we've got, Bill Lizelle had, well, that's, we just said
That's
that.
me.
Mike Darnell had patriotic purposes, animal control and recreation. Mike, unless you speak up, I'm assuming those will be fine for you.
I should be well by then because they tell me 2 sessions of therapy should take care of this problem.
Okay, great. I had question marks in it. That was Peter Allen was managing the ambulance, moderator in elections and voter registration. Ambulance does take a little bit of work. I mean, generally they're just telling us what it is, but usually we like to know how it actually ties to what's happening. So there's a little bit more homework on that one. And then I had ZBA Renewable Energy Task Force. So, Azelle, we've got covered. So we've got Cromwell and what was Allen open. So do I have a taker on?
Well, Concom is allowed to go on for me.
Okay. Get this.
So what did Gail have?
She had municipal admin and finance, recycling, village green, and welfare. So, but we're gonna take Concom off and we're going to give that to not Bill, but I'll.
So Village Green, you basically would talk with Gail
Yeah.
and welfare, you just touch bases with the welfare.
Who's doing that now?
Representative.
Is he still around?
Marion Gibson
Oh, okay.
is our welfare officer, and then Carol,
Okay.
deputy welfare officer.
Then I assume recycling is the Wilton recycling.
The recycling center, yeah.
I can take that one if you want to.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
I can take welfare. And then you get the rest.
Oh, no, I've already put Petro up there for me. Village Green.
Hey, oh, yeah, I'll do. I got.
Yeah, are you good with trying to take a crack at ambulance, moderator elections and voter?
Ambulance. Election, you said,
Yep,
and what else?
Voter registration.
voter registration.
Voter registration, sure.
And your first chore is to figure out why they have that big building going up in Peterborough that's gonna house. Oh, God, you say that to me?
Yeah,
That's the fire department.
The fire department,
That's.
the Cadillac for sure.
Look, I mean, the issue there is too, is there's no slowdown in population moving to Peterborough.
There's
So,
gonna be a population movement out of Peterborough, the way they're
I'm
going.
sure there is, just like everywhere else. but-
Yep.
Yeah, if you see
Taxes are up.
any of those that get really spend heavy, people leave pretty quick. They don't want to pay the taxes.
Yeah, well, my daughter lives in a little tiny house in Peterborough, on
Yeah.
a little tiny lot, and she pays more in taxes than I do.
So this is my grandson, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is. If you have a little 2 acre postage stamp, somebody has 10 acres or 11 acres, then they're in current use. They only pay half of what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she pays
but
over
right.
10,000 a month.
But
mean,
the
10,000.
population,
Yeah.
isn't people, it's retired people.
Yeah,
And they're moving, Scott Farah. Rivermead is adding on again.
Rivermead's a
Summerhill
nonprofit.
is loaded. They're all, so. You know,
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean,
Okay, good.
that officially covers everything we need to cover in terms of assignments.
Did you get municipal admin and finance? Who's got that one?
Ted,
Ted has got,
Okay.
yep, so we've got everything covered at this point. Everybody good with their assignments?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be working with Josh this year and instead of
Good.
Ken and
that's
the
nice.
highway.
yeah, yeah, and it'll be different, you know,
And
see how that goes.
Hey, Rob,
Yes,
should we include maybe having the school rep come in and tell us where they're sitting at on their budget?
I mean, we could, it to some degree. I don't think we get a lot of any like benefit in that. Like, it doesn't go into our budget planning per se. I mean, it becomes just an expense that we get to pay no matter what, because it's not like we get to say anything. We could ask them. I just don't know if it ends up being of value in the long run.
They typically update you, right?
Well, they'll be for the budget
If you're
presentation.
asked, they'll come to the budget, hearing.
The budget hearing,
And
yeah.
give us a two and what for as to where they're at that point.
Yeah, that's what they did last
Last
year,
year,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, this past February. So we may just leave it at that, I think. If we had any semblance of a opportunity to affect it, then I might ask them to come in separately, but given that they're just gonna
But
tell
we
us.
don't.
Rob, as long as we can get him to come in at the budget hearing, that's okay with me.
Yeah.
It's just, I think maybe the people in the town need to have it explained to them.
Yeah, and he did do that this last time. I have to say he did a nice job.
Yep.
Really kind of laying out exactly where it was going, what his thoughts were on it. So I think that works pretty well. So, all right. So the bigger question is probably going to be, who are my contacts in each of these? Because that was my question when that happened. So-
And in particular, kind of green at this, the ambulance election and voter stuff, which of the various meetings starting in September would those likely be reviewed at?
So in those cases, actually, none of them. So because the ambulance people aren't going to come in and present,
Okay,
all right? Modern elections and voter registration are small enough, we don't ask them to come in.
okay,
So basically that would be at the latest in December, the December. Did I change that? Yeah, December 10th meeting, I think is what it would be now, the Tuesday,
okay.
to just basically say, okay, this, I've talked to, modern elections, who is that?
Moderator is.
Phil,
Phil, yeah, Phil Laureate, right? And he
Okay.
says we need, you know, this is an election year. So like this year, right, we had an election year, so we had to plan a bigger number because we've got more people, right? Next year's not a major election year, so it'll be a smaller number, right? So, and this is what he says he needs, right? And that can be anytime from September through that December 10th meeting, right? So anything that's not an official department presentation listed on the sheet, whenever you get it, by December 10th at the latest.
All right, so the election stuff's easy since Phil's wife is one of the trustees. So
There you go.
and ambulance, I assume.
So ambulance, we'll get you the contact for the person in Peterborough, to get that
That would be
information.
Chief Walker.
He's retired.
Or George Clark.
Yeah, George can probably help you,
Because George usually finds out before
the rest.
we get an official
Right,
from Chief Walker and people.
okay, perfect. So there you go. So those are your folks.
Do we have any bargaining power there or not? Is that another situation where we're?
Not really. Our only,
No.
yeah,
The service that they provide is tremendous compared to anyone in the area. Yes, we could go backwards. But the fire department doesn't want to. And it goes, some of it, the consideration is how many calls per year And that does fluctuate a little bit. So there is some years there that we won't have as many calls and it may be a little bit cheaper, but most of the time it's not. We've been gaining calls every year, since beginning of time. So it's hard to get in that spot where we're actually gonna save some money.
Okay.
Great. All right, only other new business for me is, what's our best way to communicate with you since you don't have email?
Oh my God, you don't have email?
I'll stop and see Amy. I'll figure it out.
Okay, we just, because what we, like, everything is set up, we have a distribution list, right? We send to that,
Yeah.
you know, everybody sends to that, so,
Do you send it to Carol?
yeah. Well, Carol was, yeah, she gets it as for sure.
Yeah, then I'll get it to her.
Okay,
You can go get
I did it
hard
for
copies.
all my time
yeah,
through the board,
okay, okay,
through the office.
okay. I mean, God bless you, you figured that out.
I know, that's pretty cool.
Couldn't do my job if I didn't have it, but I think it works, so.
Kind of like having these, you couldn't live without one now.
Yeah, I know,
I
exactly.
know, the only person in the world, Tim.
So I have one question.
Yes.
For the select board, are we going to shoot for a number that each department is gonna be told, you can't go over 2% this year, for our next year rather, over this year, can't go over 3%. I know it's real early in the year to say, start thinking or doing that, but we talked about it last year and we had a couple departments came in 17% over and a couple that were down 3-4% or whatever, but that's what I'm asking is it's up to you guys to decide that.
Well, we have to do that at a meeting, we can't do it here.
Right,
Yeah.
and then,
I think he's
I'm just kind of presenting it and it, you know, and after you guys talk about it at a meeting, if you plan on talking about it at a meeting.
And for me, with the way gas prices are, fuel prices, electric prices, how do we stay in that?
Right, I'm not saying that you know, we should stay the same budgets, but if you give these different departments something to say, okay, 10%, whatever, you know.
We're just trying to
you
avoid
can't-
having the budget jump.
Please don't go over, so that, and then that gives us some help ahead of time,
Yeah,
because
got it.
we'll say, okay, well, we know we're not gonna be doing this and that, so.
Well, you can tell them that, that they can do it and they can present over that. I mean, that's kind of up to them and I'm not going to micromanage their thing, but I will have something to say if it's grossly not where it's supposed to be.
Well, I know in the past that you could do that. And so like with the highway department is I would adjust things accordingly. The select board would tell me, all right, we're not going over 3% this year. And my gas and diesel would be way up and paving would be way up, so I'd have to cut back on gravel or something to make up for that.
Yeah.
But you can do it.
Yeah, so there are a
And
couple
that's
of.
what it comes down to, you know.
And there are a couple of different ways to manage that, right? We can do a zero-based budget, which is basically start from zero and everybody has to present every penny they need to spend. We can do a flat-based budget. We can just say you're flat unless you can justify why you needed to change, right? You know, and then you can do it, just leave it open-ended and see what they come and ask for, right?
Hey, Rob,
Yes, Mike.
it should be easier in the budget this year since we requested the bookkeeper to record how many gallons of fuel oil and diesel is being used. And she is recording it because I looked at the electrical bill.
Yeah, and the electrical usage and stuff, so.
Do we know what people use it down to the level of like fuel?
I'm gonna go help George set up.
Let me there in a few minutes. Do we know, 'cause here's where I'm coming from, that if we say you have to justify any delta, which is how you do it in business.
Yep.
Yeah, we're down 3% because we're not doing something. Cool.
Yeah, that's
I think one of the big things is gonna be, fuel's up, what, 20% right now?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
if they have a $10,000 fuel budget and they used it, you can bet it's gonna be 12 next year.
Yeah, no, you got that, right. I think that's a fair way
Right,
to look
yeah,
at it.
there's a lot of different things that are like that. It's the same thing is gonna be with paving, I believe. You're gonna
Yeah.
find that the price of the
Yeah,
hot top
because.
is probably
Yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
up some. It never goes up as
Which then begs the
bad.
question of, can we only pave 80% of what we were planning to pave? And the answer to that might be no. Or it might be, we have this recipe that we follow
Yeah,
and we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could come back,
right.
we
No,
could drop 20%.
yeah, my recommendation is we go with flat budgeting and justify exceptions. I think
Just about
that,
every dollar.
that's
Yeah.
worked pretty well. We have to bear in mind that this is a pretty major midterm election year. So I have a feeling predicting energy prices right now is a bad idea. I think it's going to be dramatically different in October, September, October, November, as we lead up to the midterms,
Yeah,
right? I'm not saying it's not gamed, but it might be gamed, right? And then we'll see kind of where that leads us. So I don't want to get too into the weeds right now about what we know are the big variables, the energy prices.
right.
We can also take a guess.
Yeah,
If the Iran thing is solved, gas is, fuel is probably gonna be down close to what it was a year ago.
yeah.
If it isn't solved, 20% may be light in
Yeah,
the,
exactly,
in the
exactly.
increase.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Tim brings a good point. If you would please, in one of the upcoming meetings, because whether it be in this one or before September, hopefully, please address the idea of what would the select board like us to tell our committees that they should be prepared to meet. And then we can all use that as we talk to people to say, listen, we need your budget by such and such a time, and this is what we expect. Right? And then let them work it from there. Because if you can then distribute that to us, then we can all work on that over the course of the coming months.
Tim, are you gonna be, working with Josh
Yeah.
on this? Okay,
Of
good.
course, yeah.
And that's our biggest cost.
It's one of the biggest ones,
Yeah.
that we can control.
Yeah, yeah.
The way I generally like to present things is, here's what we wanna do, okay? So are you okay with me going, and this is collective to everyone, are you okay with me going? We really think we ought to go flat-based budget, because from my grand total of 3 years' experience in this town, the budgeting's been done really well. There's not a lot of fat in it.
Yeah.
But the town runs.
Yep.
So I would like to say, we wanna do flat-based budgeting, justify any deltas. Are you two guys good with that?
Yeah.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah, it sounds great to
It
me.
sounds great to me.
It just kind of gets people thinking about it, and
Yeah.
so they don't get off, well, we want.
And I guess the corollary to that is, and if you can save money, we appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Anywhere you can
You
say.
can go negative as much as you want.
Yeah.
Amy, forget about calling that person.
So when I did the library last year, I contacted Gretchen because she's on the
Yes.
trustees, and she sent me their budget, and I went back and forth with her several times, just trying to understand myself what was being asked and what this allocation is for and whatnot. But don't they also have their own funds?
Yes. So,
Yeah, we've argued with them about.
yeah, the
that.
library is a special case. So, we can't tell them how they spend their money, but we can tell them how much the town is going to give them.
Okay,
Right? So that would actually kind of be along the lines of the flat-based budget. Like, sure, you guys want to put new hardwood floors throughout? Great, we're only giving you this much. So if that, you're going to spend all of that on hardwood floors, I guess you're not paying any of your people, right? It kind of thing, like,
okay.
right? But they do have their trust and they can use that. And I think that Gretchen last year worked with
A
that
little
to
bit,
kind
yeah.
of help
Yeah. Is it
reduce some of the.
substantial or is it just a little bit?
Yeah, the trust fund for the library earns generally less than $1,000 a year.
Okay,
And fact of life, state law, the traditional trust funds, which are legacy funds, primarily set up from the estates of deceased wealthy temple residents. You can spend the interest, you can't touch the principal.
Oh, no kidding.
So that $1,000 a year is what and all we can ever give to the library.
Okay. So then what good does having money in a trust do if you can't spend it?
It earns money.
It earns money.
But if it's only earning $1,000 a month, or
Yeah.
$1,000 a year,
Tell me about it. This- The way the trust funds are set up is bizarre.
that
The
is bizarre.
second biggest trust fund in the whole lot, or the legacy funds, was set up by the Hayward and Davison family back around 1906.
Hmm.
They earn like $5,000-6,000 a year to be spent on maintenance of the Hayward Davison graves. 5 of them in the cemetery across from the ball field. Tell me, what am I supposed to do with $5,000 to spend on 5 gravestones?
Man,
Can that be
it's
changed?
beautiful.
What's that?
Can that be changed? Can the town somehow change it, Tim?
No, the town can't touch that to
Because it's
get.
Ever?
No,
It's a
and
trust
I'll
fund.
give you an example how weird this is. One of the founding instrument of a trust fund is written, to change it requires going to basically the state Supreme Court. The last time this was done, the city of Manchester had a legacy trust fund to buy ice boxes for impoverished Manchester residents. So the trustees said, well, look, ice boxes haven't been made in 60 years. Can we go do refrigerators instead? No. They took it to the Supreme Court and finally a judge said, well, okay.
And I-
So good
Ice
luck
box
changing
is
the
another
Hayward.
word for fridge.
Refrigerators.
That's a nice box, exactly.
I'm the only one that
Okay.
ever had an ice.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yes, one more.
While you're talking about that, if you look at all these trust funds we have, and we have a ton of them, there's an awful lot of money sitting around there, that we should consider. I don't know if it's this group should do it. Should we do something with all that money?
Mm,
Well, some of them are expendable trust funds.
Right.
And we do
Well, I
something
understand that.
with
Yeah,
those.
those
Well,
are
expendable
classes.
trust fund you can change with a warrant.
Right,
Yeah.
right, those we can work with, but the ones that he's talking
Oh,
about are the
yeah.
ones you just, you can't do anything.
I've got to run.
Yeah, I was gonna say, any other new business?
Good.
Okay.
No, motion?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second,
Always
all in favor?
Second.
Yeah, I can do something. I don't need an email for that.
Meeting is adjourned at 6:21.
All right, just tell me again, what it might be, welfare, municipal,
Municipal admin and finance and village green.
village green.
Municipal admin and finance and village green.
So you're gonna publish that.
Yes, I'm gonna send this.
As a newbie that's still trying to figure all this out, any chance you can put the account
Numbers,
on
we
that?
can do that.
Because that really clarifies
Yep.
this.
That's a great idea. Love it.
Rob,
Yes,
Remove
uh,
that.
when you record the minutes, you can't record me as voting for you. I can participate in the meeting, but I can't really vote.
yeah, we understand. Thank you, Mike. Get better.
We discount.
I hope so.
All right, bye, everybody.
Okay,
It sounds
Thank
like
you.
learned anyway.
Jimmy, nice seeing you.